Welcome, guys. This is the start of the grand finals, top 8. Left bracket, Harry versus Quaid, Jeff versus Jani. Okay, we're good to go. Counting it down. All right, audience, down with me. 3, 2, 1, go! And we're off. Quaid and Harry setting it up almost identical to start with.
It's going to be interesting to see as the pieces start to fall, which way they decide to go with the different types of drops.
Right, Quaid with a stylish tuck, getting a double. Harry opting to burn instead. So no Tetrises on the top, but we've got Tetrises on the bottom with Jani and Jeff already.
Absolutely.
Jani's already set up.
Jani setting himself up for a nice, strong play.
Jeff and now Harry on top. Okay, boom, Tetris for Jani and Tetris for Jeff. And Harry's got a couple of them down the tubes. Quaid is ready for one with the center well.
And his classic center Quaid well.
Nice. Quaid with the Tetris down the center well. Jeff with the Tetris on the right. Jani now having to burn.
Harry with the Tetris up in the right.
So Quaid retaining his center well. Jani looking at traffic here, trying to burn off, getting back down into a Tetris position. Jeff ready for another Tetris. Jeff commanding a 2 Tetris lead, now a 3 Tetris lead. Harry Hong with a 1 Tetris lead, with Quaid retaining his center well once again.
And we're seeing so many Tetrises, it's hard to call them as Quaid gets another Tetris as we're calling it.
Right, with 4 Tetris, what do you call Tetris screens at the same time?
A Tetri of Tetrises.
More Tetris than you can handle.
Absolutely.
And Harry's dealing with some burning as well. He has a very slight lead over Quaid right now, but now he manages another Tetris, getting back into the lead. Jeff ahead by 3 Tetrises now with a slight burn. He's in great position. Jani still stuck in the middle, burning off. So hopefully he can get it back down. Jeff has a very pretty play field. Almost no problems there. Harry's getting ready for a Tetris.
And Harry's
Quaid
building up a nice play field as well.
Nice. Okay, yeah, Harry's ready. Boom, Tetris for Harry. Now with a 3 Tetris lead, 60,000 points ahead.
Absolutely.
And Jeff building it up again. Ready. Jeff is ready for another one.
And he's almost 100,000 points ahead.
Boom, Tetris for Jani. He has dug himself out, and he's starting to turn the tide back. But Jeff, his pace and his consistency with getting a high proportion of Tetrises already.
Absolutely. He's pulling ahead, and he's about to set himself up for another Tetris down there.
We're about at the 50 line count for most
Looks
players.
Like Jani, boom.
Boom, Tetris for Jani.
And boom, Jeff answers the Tetris. The Tetris of his own.
Jeff has had almost no burns to do, so his score is on pace for maxing out. Yep. Boom, another Tetris for Jeff. Jeff is just killing it this round. Jani is doing well now too. He's trying to build up a well. Wasn't giving him ideal pieces for that. Harry looking great. His pace is amazing right now. He's 3 Tetrises ahead. Boom. And ready for another one. He might have to do some burning because it's not giving him the long bar. He's got a 20-piece long bar drought going on here.
22-piece long bar drought right now.
Okay, can you be clear? Is it going to give it to him? 28-piece long bar drought. Come on, let's see. Harry, triple burn.
34-piece
Harry's shaking his head. This is
drought.
unprecedentedly large long bar drought. 40-piece long bar drought.
Wow.
Okay, it finally gave him one.
And a Tetris.
Boom! Tetris for Harry.
Wow.
Surviving the long bar drought and doing some stylish burns, but his pace, he's up to 86
and
lines.
Another Tetris from Harry. Wow.
Over on our other screens, Jeff is maintaining his killer pace. He's high proportion of Tetrises, and boom, slams down another one. Jeff's score, 140,000 points ahead of Jani. Jani's going to have a very difficult time keeping up and catching up at this rate. Quaid is also extremely behind Harry. He slams down another Tetris, but he's still 100,000 points behind. Harry's about to hit the 100 line mark, about 30 lines away from transition at this point.
Harry really has come to play this year. You can tell.
Boom, Tetris for Harry.
I mean, he's just killing it this year. It's outstanding.
Jani's shaking his head. He's got 180,000 points deficit going on now.
Yeah.
Jeff slams down another Tetris. Jani firing back.
Jeff's playing one of the most consistent games I've seen in a while.
Jeff is amazing. It's the first time we're seeing him in top 8 here, and it's just great seeing that kind of consistency, slamming down another Tetris.
Absolutely. Very impressive.
But yeah, Harry's quite a bit ahead on lines than everybody else, and he's about to transition in another minute. We should see him hit level 19.
Yep.
For those of you out in the stream who were wondering what we're talking about when we talk about transitions, it's going from 18 to 19. The speed changes
ridiculously
massively, right?
fast.
The difference between level 18 and 19 is monumental, and the level of practice that you have to maintain in order to survive on that level is much greater.
And he's really only 6 lines away from hitting
it's
that.
about to happen.
So
it's about to happen. Boom,
yeah.
Tetris for Jeff again. 200,000 point lead for
Wow.
Jeff. Boom, Tetris for Harry. He transitions to level 19.
All right,
he's got 400,000 points on the transition.
He can really only tap a few at a time with this, so it's very, very
right. Either you have to
crucial.
hold the D-pad as soon as the P spawns, or you have to hyper tap to get out of it. And Jeff is getting ready to transition. He might want to get his playfield into a slightly better position than it is now.
Yeah.
It's not clear, and okay, now it is. So he's in a position to clear it out and get some Tetrises.
For 19,
Jani is 200,000 points behind. He's struggling to keep up. Jeff is about to transition next, double or Tetris. Oh, there's double. He opts to use the double to transition, and he is in level 19 land now.
And he set himself up really nice with a nice big right well on that.
He opted to, instead of set up for a Tetris to transition, he did it with a double, which is slightly safer.
Absolutely. And he just missed that with the long bar. He saw the look of disappointment on his face.
Jani has now transitioned. He has 220,000 points to go. I really like his play style physically is very interesting to watch.
Oh, yeah.
And he's really in the zone. Oh, man, I don't know if he's going to be able to get out of that. That was a misplace.
Oh,
it's going to be really tough to get the line clears to survive that. And Jeff looks like he might be taking this.
Yeah, it's, I mean...
Jeff with a huge lead, too.
Huge lead for Jeff.
Triple. I guess he's got to let it. I mean, it might have been a max out, but
he was
on to the next
pace.
round. Right, he was on pace.
Yeah.
Quaid with the center well. Boom, Tetris 80. Reduces the deficit to 1 Tetris, so Quaid is catching up.
Quaid is catching up at a fast pace.
Right. Harry at level 23, Quaid at level 21. So their paces are somewhat similar, but there is a chance for Quaid to catch up now.
And
he's done very well to
his
catch up.
consistency is definitely paying off, as we mentioned.
Okay, we're going to start the next game on the bottom. All right, Jani and Jeff, are you guys ready for your next round? Okay. Get ready, guys. All right, Harry, now with a 14-bar long draw. Okay, it gave him one, but he had to open it up, so he's going to be doing some burning.
Yeah,
he has a 2 Tetris lead. Quaid is looking for the long bar. We don't know if he's going to give it to him.
Another
Harry,
Tetris
boom,
for
Tetris.
Harry.
Okay. Boom, Tetris for Quaid. And that's he's going to need a lot of good pieces in order to survive this. Triple for Quaid. Right now, it's not looking good for Quaid.
Nope.
He's going to have to do some miracles to survive this. Single. Oh, man, he's not going to be able to get out of that.
Nope, he is now.
Man, okay, so Harry comes away with a victory in this first round.
Give it up for Harry Hong.
So we're off on our second round.
Now
Jani
we're on
versus
second
Jeff.
round.
So
versus
Jeff won the first round between Jeff and Jani, and
Yep.
now Harry and Quaid are going to go for their round 2. Harry winning the first round.
Now
right
we'll
side
see if the play style for Jani changes a little bit because of how he was playing with the first time. And the pieces that he got weren't necessarily as good for what you would have liked for his play style.
Yeah, Jani had a lot of burning that he did in the beginning, which explains the extreme
score.
deficit in the beginning. And he was just struggling to keep up near the end.
But we have a boom Tetris
Boom,
for Jeff.
Tetris for Jeff. But Jani is ahead. Jani burning off a double there.
Absolutely.
And Jeff building it up again.
Build
Very
up
pretty
a
play
nice,
build. Boom,
consistent-
Tetris for Jeff.
Jeff is playing a very consistent game right now.
Scores are neck and neck.
Yep. His play style looks exactly like it was looking in the first round, though, with just a nice right center well and playing.
Yeah, Jeff was keeping it extremely clean, and even now. And Jani is in a position where he has to burn, but Jeff is just slamming down Tetrises consistently. Jani's having to dig himself out, and the pieces are not working for him right now.
Yeah, it just seems like it's just not playing well for him.
Oh, that's it for Jani.
Yeah,
He's not going to be able to get a piece over there. And we have our first
qualifier
win.
for the quarterfinals.
Jeff advances. Let's have a hand for Jani.
Yep, it's a good one for Jani. All right, so we got Jonas. All right, if we can get Jonas and Alex for the next round.
All right, come on down. We've seen this matchup before.
Yes, we have. Right now we're watching Quaid. He's building up a nice well, but he's not getting a nice placement for pieces right now, but he's still keeping it going.
Yeah, Harry has a slight lead right now. Quaid opting to go for a slightly off-center well there. and waiting for a long piece, doing some burning. Harry building back up again. Boom, Tetris for Quaid.
All right, so we got a
Still a very close game.
Yeah, very close game, and you can see that he's playing a very,
all right, we're neck and neck. They are even on points now.
Safe game.
And pretty even on pace.
Both of them seem to be playing safer, and Harry's not playing as fast as he normally does.
Right, they're right neck and neck in terms of pace. Usually we see Harry about, I don't know, 10 lines ahead at this point, but
I think that's the evolution of Harry Hong is what we're seeing here.
I mean, if you got a guy who has a like a fast pace and you
have to change up your play style for this type of a tournament. Absolutely.
But both Quaid and Harry are somewhat unorthodox in the way they play. So Harry being fast and Quaid using center wells and being very versatile with his play fields. Tetris for Quaid. Yeah, Quaid can get out of situations that other players wouldn't
Harry
be able to survive.
answers with a Tetris of his own. I mean, we're seeing a great match here, and I think this is one of those that would make interesting. We're getting in the first round of the finals. You know, this would make a good semifinals to a finals.
Quaid has now a 2 Tetris lead.
Yep.
And he needs to win in order to hang in here, so see what happens.
Pressure's
Harry having to do some pretty big burning there.
It allowed Quaid to pull ahead.
Right.
And he's building up a nice right well right now. Both of
Harry's
them,
ready for a couple. Okay, boom. Tetris for Harry. Reducing the deficit slightly.
Yeah.
But Quaid has a very pretty play field of his own. He's getting set up for another one. All right, he's gonna wait for the long bar.
Yeah, Quaid is building up a nice solid, but that was a bad place.
Okay, boom. Tetris for Quaid. It won't hurt him too much if he can keep it low.
Yeah, I mean, we're still plenty far away from 19.
Okay, it's being generous to the piece. He's got a couple of long bars in a row, so he'll be fine.
Exactly.
But Harry's ready for another Tetris, and he's going to even the score with that Tetris.
Yep. Brings it up ahead.
All right.
And we're seeing
boom,
Quaid.
Tetris for Quaid. Slightly elevated Tetris, and
Excellent.
Gets his lead back again, just by one Tetris.
And he cleans up the board. Now he's building it off center well.
Center well for Quaid again. Another Tetris for Harry. Now we're neck and neck again.
Called the Quaid well.
Boom, Tetris for Harry. Harry finally pulls a slight lead.
Yep.
And Quaid waiting for a long piece to take advantage of his well that he just built.
Both clean play fields.
Yeah, they're both extremely clean right now. All right. Boom, Tetris for Harry. Harry now with the 2 Tetris
answers
lead.
from Quaid.
Yes.
This is a very interesting
go back
match.
And forth.
Seeing them both build up nicely.
Tetris for Harry. Harry now in line 110, so we're about 20 lines away from a transition.
Another Tetris for Quaid. It's an interesting bout.
So let's see how Harry evolves his play field into the level 19 transition. Boom, Tetris for Quaid.
This is a very neck and neck match.
Exactly, I was just going to say that.
One of the most interesting matches we've seen so far.
All right, looks like we're getting our other play fields ready.
Jonas and Alex are about to start up
Jonas
there.
Neubauer versus Alex Kerr. They're nodding. Are you ready to start? And all right, they're gone. Okay, they're start. Okay, so Jonas versus Alex on your bottom screen.
Yep.
Alex having been in our top 3 before, and Jonas being
multi-time
champion, five-time Classic Tetris World Champion. So we'll see how this pans out. Alex being extremely proficient, being our second place winner in our Tetris Grandmaster tournament that we had earlier in this event.
Yes, absolutely. He's a very consistent player as well.
Jack of all trades of Tetris. So new Tetris, old Tetris. Alex has that skill set, and he's a great young player to keep an eye on in terms of he can play new versions of Tetris.
Just as well as the classic, yeah.
As well as the old NES ones. So.
I think it's an interesting thing from the classic Tetris perspective is to see a lot of the same faces hitting the finals. Just shows the mastery that's
Alex
required.
just had some bad piece placements there.
Yeah, he did.
We don't know if he can get out of this. Yeah,
he's already had to give the first match away.
All right, so we're already down one match on the bottom. Jonas wins the first round.
Absolutely.
And Quaid has transitioned.
Yep.
He's behind quite a bit.
Line-wise.
Harry's on level 21.
Harry started picking up the pace as the other match started, so he's well ahead now.
All right, we'll see how this develops. Harry's doing a good job of keeping it low, keeping it safe.
Yep.
Quaid as well. Overall, it's could be pretty even because when Quaid catches up on lines,
it's very neck and neck.
scores are going to be neck and neck.
Yeah. Tetris for
Because Harry's a whole 20 lines ahead. And with 20 lines, you can bust about 4 Tetrises with that.
Yeah.
If you get all the right pieces. Now, Harry having to do some burning.
Yeah, he's got it.
Playfield's not quite pretty, but you could probably hang with that.
Yeah,
he won't be scoring very high, though, and then Quaid is also having to deal with some burns, too.
Yeah, yeah. Again, neck and neck. They're both getting the same place basements.
Right. But it's going to start getting more critical because Harry's lead right now, if he can keep that lead and if Quaid doesn't catch up, then he'll win.
Yeah.
All right, Harry
absolutely
now has a 100,000 point lead, so he's actually increased it. Quaid's going to have to pick up the pace and play more aggressively if he stands a chance of surviving and staying in the tournament. Quaid with a single. Quaid keeping it low, though. He's getting it into a better position.
Mm-hmm.
Boom, Tetris for Harry. Harry is now 120,000 points ahead.
Yeah.
It's going to start getting to the point where there's not going to be enough pieces left for Quaid to catch up.
Exactly. Building a deficit here.
Oh, Quaid fires back and reduces the deficit. So he's going to have to keep that up. If you can keep that up, there's still a chance.
We got the Quaid well, and boom.
Boom, Tetris for Quaid.
And?
He's ready for another. Is it going to give him the long bar?
It does.
Boom, Tetris for Quaid. Okay, we're seeing a comeback here.
Very fortunate
3 Tetris difference. Harry at level 26. And Quaid has some holes now.
Now he has to burn a few pieces.
He's going to have to burn it off, and he's getting dangerously high.
He's getting very high now.
Busting out a very last-second triple there.
It will help.
Quaid doing very well, though, in staying up this high. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Ooh. Can't line clear that. Looks like it's going to be the end for Quaid.
Quaid's in trouble.
Quaid putting on a great fight, though. He was coming back at the end, but Harry taking it.
Everybody get a
round for Quaid.
And Harry.
Doing so well in our preliminary event 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, man.
I retire.
No.
Ooh. All right, so we have over here on the bottom, we still have Jonas and Alex.
Quaid says he retired. We really hope he doesn't. We love seeing him play. He's been doing great so far. Top 8 multiple times. So hope to see him back later. We're continuing with Alex versus Jonas. Yep. Alex is commanding a lead. He's got 2 Tetris lead. Very consistent, clean play field right now. He's set up for another Tetris. Boom, Tetris for Jonas. Reducing the deficit to a little bit less than 2 Tetrises. Alex firing back, and now we're back up to a 2 Tetris deficit.
Jonas was playing a little incognito there on the Twitch for everyone for a minute there. Now he's back on camera.
Yeah, sorry guys. We're going back to the Jonas versus Alex match, and Jonas is ahead by 1 game. And
very
Alex
clean play field.
Needs to.
All right, so we can get Koryan and Trey up for the next match.
Trey being a veteran of this event, having programmed the software for our user interface that you see with score deficits and our nice UIs and stuff like that. So he's kind of like not even sure how to describe that, but he's very knowledgeable about the game.
I would say a wonderkind of
that's a good way of
programming.
putting it.
Absolutely. Like the complexities and why everyone can enjoy this on Twitch is because.
And Koryan from Japan has come over here. He was our Tetris Grandmaster champion for our side contest that we had earlier. So he's already won a Tetris championship here at this Portland Retro Gaming Expo event.
Yep.
So let's see how he does. This is the first time we've seen him both at the Classic Tetris World Championships and in the top 8. So it's an extremely strong debut. And another international player. It's great seeing more people come on out and seeing talent from the world.
Yeah.
Now, if you didn't know, in Japan, Tetris was a different version of the game. They had what we call BPS Tetris.
Yeah.
Their rotation scheme and their controls were completely different. So them having to adapt to sort of like a new version of the game that they didn't grow up with, essentially, is an interesting challenge and interesting to see how that develops in the course of our tournaments moving forward as streaming becomes more prolific.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so our top screen is just a button check right now, and they're doing a warm-up.
Yeah.
So,
and our bottom screen with Jonas and Alex, they're actually very neck and neck. I was watching as you were giving us our history tour through Japanese Tetris, and really they both have consistently clean play fields. And right now, I mean, they're only a Tetris or so.
Right, actually, Jonas and Alex are 2 of the most consistent players that there are in NES Tetris right now. So we haven't seen a whole lot of major happenings going on down there because they're both working their way towards level 19.
Exactly.
And that's when you're going to start to see the differences.
Exactly.
But right now, we're just sort of like a slow slow burn on the way to level 19.
And we'll see if the stress of him getting a bad play for Alex on the first round is going to get with him as the stress hits in. Because the heat is on right now. Looks like we have to have a couple pieces burned over by Jonas.
Yeah, Jonas has some burning to do.
Yeah.
You might see some pretty cool moves because if anyone has some spectacular methods of burning pieces, Jonas can tuck lines in and rotate into line clears like no other.
Yeah.
But he does it the more conventional way and just efficiently clears his playfield. Alex's playfield is extremely clean. He's almost 100,000 points ahead. Boom! Over 100,000 points ahead for Alex now.
He is pulling ahead.
He's pulling ahead. Jonas is going to have his work cut out for him as he transitions into level 19, right?
Yep.
And Alex with one more line clear.
And
he's going to have to do a couple of burns. His
that was
well
a tough
isn't on the right
transition.
side.
Very tough transition.
Not very, but
yeah,
he's going to have to build up again. So
exactly.
Warmed up.
Well, luckily he's ahead enough to where he could afford that. Yeah, absolutely.
Alex is looking good right now. His lead is substantial. His playfield is somewhat clean.
Mm-hmm.
He's not playing too risky either, so no crazy center balls or anything like that. He's going to build it back up on the right. Jonas's playfield is extremely tight right now. He has a long bar drought, though, really bad one. 22, 23, 24,
and level 19,
25,
that's
26.
deadly.
It's looking bad. He was not able to get it over. Alex takes it.
That is the worst time to have a long bar drought.
That's by long bar drought. And you're seeing on Alex's screen, he was going through the long bar drought
as well.
Just a little bit behind, but because his playfield was in better shape, he was able to survive the long bar drought.
Yeah.
So now we're 1-1 with Jonas versus Alex.
Now the pressure goes back on to Jonas after
I think
Alex
we've gotten the signal to start the game simultaneously.
All right.
For Trey versus Koryan round 1,
Mm-hmm.
and Jonas versus Alex round 3. So I guess since we're all we can count all these down together again.
Oh,
so
yeah.
let's do that. All right, audience, you ready? Referee, are we ready? 3, 2. All right, well, 1, go. Trey versus Koryan to countdown. All right. Jonas and Alex are already off.
Cut us off.
Okay, here we go.
Chris. It's okay. We got him.
And we're off neck and neck with Jonas and Alex.
Yeah, we're going to watch and see how Trey and Koryan play here.
Yeah, let's look at Trey and Koryan because this is their first round.
Exactly.
And it'll be a while before we see any major action on Jonas and Alex's side.
Mm-hmm.
So Koryan, this is his first time in the World Championships and his first time at the Portland Retro Gaming Expo. So we'll see top 8 action like we haven't before. Now, if you were watching the stream earlier, you might have heard that Koryan is actually a hyper tapper. And what that means is he can move his thumb to manipulate the piece faster than if you just hold it down with the D-pad when the piece spawns. So you're going to be able to see some movements that actually are different from that of the other players,
and much
which
faster.
are limited. Right.
Yes.
It takes a little bit more strategy because if you commit to doing the hyper tap, you can't take advantage of holding down the D-pad and take advantage of the DAS.
Yeah, the pre once you hit 19, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. And also an endurance may become a factor as it becomes more competitive when we get to 19.
Right. If you have to play 50 rounds hyper tapping only, then your thumbs are going to be in a lot of pain.
And he's been playing all day, so it'll be interesting to see. And they both have a very similar play field, even though Koryan is ahead a little.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
And on our bottom screen, Jonas is pulled ahead just by 1 Tetris. Both players, boom, Tetris for Jonas, boom, Tetris for Alex.
Oh,
neck and neck going down there. So
we got Tetris for Koryan and a Tetris for Trey. I mean, we are just seeing
across the boards. We're seeing some great play fields here.
So it looks like Trey has a nice setup, and that's
boom, Tetris for Trey, and Koryan doing a little bit of burning. He's got a 2 Tetris lead right now.
There we go. We got a nice consistency.
Boom, Tetris for Alex.
Koryan's going to have to burn a few pieces here.
With Jonas versus Alex are neck and neck, both in pace and in score, with Jonas just taking a slight lead just there with the Tetris.
Koryan's getting a bad piece layout right now. So he needs to burn a few.
He's going to be burning.
Yeah.
Okay. He's dealing well with it.
We're seeing a consistency, though. That was an interesting clear off. Worked real well, though.
He's almost back out of it. Alex doing some burning on the bottom. Jonas has pulled into the lead by about 3 Tetrises now. So
I always find it interesting how you see each person clear off and burn off lines differently.
Alex with a T-spin.
Alex is doing excellent right there. But it is interesting
nonchalant
to see that.
T-spin. Boom, Tetris for Alex.
It's like, oh yeah, you want to see hyper tapping?
You'll watch Alex and you'll wonder if he's playing Tetris DS because that was the Tetris and a T-spin into a Tetris. So you actually get extra points on some versions of the game for doing it that way. But not this version. This version's brutal. It's
just classic Tetris.
Right.
Tetris for Alex. Gonna have to see a couple pieces get burned over there for Trey. Jonas has a nice clean play field.
Trey ready for Tetris, but he needs a long bar in order to pull that off.
And Koryan has a nice long
Boom,
bar
Tetris
drought.
for Trey.
Pretty bad long bar drought right now for Koryan.
Yeah, Koryan's getting a bad long bar drought. Almost up to,
There
he
we
gets
go.
it. Boom, Tetris for Koryan. His patience is rewarded, and he's in the lead by about 1 Tetris now.
Yeah.
And another one. Boom, Tetris for Koryan. Now with a 2 Tetris lead.
We're getting a long bar drought now for Jonas. And
Boom, Tetris for Jonas.
patience pays off. Tetris for Koryan.
And the lead expands.
Yes. He's pulling ahead.
Alex waiting for the long bar.
Another Tetris for Koryan and a Tetris for Trey. Excellent. Excellent comeback.
Jonas and Alex are about to reach 100 lines.
Yeah. As is Koryan.
Boom, Tetris for Jonas. Now having a 100,000 point lead.
Wow.
But this is about the closest we've ever seen Jonas get to being out of the top
In the top 8.
4. So
Yeah.
he needs to win this one in order to repeat his championship run.
From last year. Yep. Absolutely.
Oh, Alex getting the long bar just a little bit too late. And he burns another long bar.
Oh, he had to burn 2. It's going to be costly.
Yeah, he's dropping behind. He's going to need to be a little bit more aggressive to catch
Absolutely.
up.
Here we
Boom,
go.
Tetris for Jonas. Jonas
Tetris
is
for
a huge
Alex.
lead, right? Alex is firing back, but we're about 15 lines away from a transition now.
And another Tetris for Alex. He's looking over at Jonas to make sure.
Up on our top screen, we've got a big long bar drop, but boom, Koryan with a huge lead now, 124,000 points.
Yeah.
Trey's got a lot of catching up to do.
As he transitions over to 130.
Ooh, Alex had a tough
Bad piece
misplace. He
placement.
might be able to clear. Oh, he tucks to
That was a
Yeah.
good tuck, though.
yeah.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
able to tuck it, but he needs a long piece. He gets it. Boom, Tetris for Jonas. Boom, Tetris for Alex. So we're going to be neck and neck in terms of pace. They're both at 124 lines, but Jonas still has the lead. So
Yeah.
Alex is going to have to pick up the pace if he wants to take this round. Boom, Tetris for Jonas. That consistency is really coming through now.
Oh, yeah.
Alex is going to have to step it up. He's transitioned
Transitions
now.
to 130 with a piece he has to burn.
Right.
But he's cleaning
He's
it
got to
up
burn it.
nicely. Very nicely.
Jonas is in
cleaning
really
it up.
good shape. He's 120,000 points ahead.
Yeah.
Koryan has a huge lead up on top, but Trey's hanging in it.
That was a good placement.
Jonas has a little bit of burning to do. Alex as well.
That was a good cleanup there on Alex because he had a bad placement, and now he's back into the mix.
Right.
He's doing excellent.
Right. He's trying to focus on cleaning his playfield down.
Yep. Exactly.
Oh no!
Oh, no.
Alex had a really, really bad misplace, and he's given
He's
up.
done.
Oh man, that's a heartbreaker. And Jonas takes it. Alex Kerr has been eliminated,
Ooh.
but great run.
You
It
can
was
see
great
the
seeing him in
breath
the
of
top
fresh
8
air
again.
from Jonas there.
Yeah.
And everybody give it up for Alex.
Koryan tops out, but he has a huge point lead. Trey has a chance of catching up.
Let's
This
see.
like long bar drought. Level 20, it is possible for him to catch up. So he's just going to have to
Play very consistently
Right.
and safely and get nice piece drops.
he has a chance to sort of gauge if he wants to play it safe.
Tetris!
Boom, So now he needs about 3 Tetrises now to catch up and to take the round.
Very close.
With the double. Going to try to burn it back down.
Yeah, he's going to have
Does
to
it
burn
from
it
the
down.
top.
All
Burning
right.
down from the top.
Nice.
Excellent. He's back. He's back down to the bottom now.
We see it. All right, he's getting consistently back
That's
in.
just a waiting game for Koryan. He's going to see how Trey plays.
Trey does, yeah.
He had a huge lead too, so Trey's worked very hard to
Come back.
increase it, to come back.
And
Boom,
Tetris.
for Trey.
One more.
Maybe one more and change.
Yeah,
so it
one
might
more
be
and
like
change.
another Tetris and a single or a double or something. This part's key. Goes for a tuck. He's building it back up.
Exactly.
Not the most ideal setup right now. Looking for some better pieces.
Yeah.
He's got to do a little bit of burning.
Has to do some burning to get himself back out of this. Has
Okay,
a
he's back
decent
down.
little well.
Getting a double. One more Tetris ought to do it now. He got his change, so now he's looking for the Tetris.
Now he's looking to start a well up here.
Or he could just play it safe and keep getting doubles.
I mean,
there's definitely enough runway for him to do that.
yeah. Let's see if he goes the safe way.
The double. Single. Double. So about 2 more doubles or a Tetris ought to do it. One of the doubles.
He
2
is
doubles and
very
change.
close now. Koryan's
Single.
watching with intent.
Yep. And another single, maybe? Yep, there it is. Trey takes
Did
it
it!
round 1.
Trey did it. Consistency is key. Okay.
So we're going to go on to Trey versus Koryan round 2. Trey taking it for the first round.
Yep.
That was a huge comeback by Trey. The score deficit on that round was pretty huge, and Trey had a slightly slower pace and was able to gauge the situation and played safely and consistently to turn the tide. But that was a great performance by both players.
And showed that consistency paid off. And there we go.
Round 2, start.
Start round 2. We'll see if the consistency of Trey pays off again. Just shows you, though, that even if you have a giant lead, that you can come back.
Yes.
You
don't want to get discouraged, right?
Because that's the advantage of tournament settings,
right.
is you can come back.
And if you keep your play field clear, I mean, even if you have 150,000 points behind, as long as you have enough pieces and you're safe when you transition, you keep it low, then you can say, all right, I'm going to go for this many Tetrises and not take too many risks, not playing too aggressive, and just survive. And that's what happened with Trey. He was able to survive that. And boom, Tetris for Koryan.
Second
getting
Tetris
an early
there,
lead.
as we've been talking. And he's building a nice right well. Koryan is consistently another Tetris for Koryan. Just very consistent play at the beginning. But as it speeds up, you see how their play styles change drastically.
Right, because the speed increase changes what you can do with pieces. Some players have different means of moving the pieces around that others don't. Like Quaid excels at the center well, and Jonas can do some nice tucks and turns. And we saw a pretty cool T-spin clear from Alex just a little while ago.
That was excellent. Yeah.
Never expect to see T-spins in competition, but Alex Kerr can pull it off.
Tetris for Trey.
Yep.
Yeah,
and still commanding a lead.
And that's what I think is interesting about Classic Tetris is that it almost turns into a different game once you hit 130 lines on level 18.
3 in the comments of the stream, someone asked if Koryan's a new competitor. He's new to the Classic Tetris World Championships. This is his first year.
But he has qualified multiple times in Japan for different tournaments.
Right. He's a Tetris Grandmaster player, so he's very familiar with the game of Tetris in general. And sometimes you have a player that plays modern or newer versions of Tetris like Grandmaster, be able to translate their skills over to Classic NES Tetris, which in some ways is more difficult, but in other ways it's just like learning a different version of the game.
Exactly. And I think that playing all the different versions, including the Japanese version of Tetris, that's moderately different, as you said, makes them a better player overall.
Right. Alex Kerr and Koryan play new Tetris, and they're starting to play. Koryan started to play this one. Alex Kerr has been playing both for a while.
Yeah.
But you have a player like Jonas that only plays Classic NES Tetris.
Yeah, because you can see certain people have different mindsets, and then when they play things, they get different strategies that they learned in the Grandmaster game, or they
Grandmaster game might require you to be able to do things like stack blindly, right? And you're not going to have to do that in any other version, but those skills might actually translate into
Classic
something
Tetris.
useful for Classic Tetris, where and your lockdowns are instantaneous here, so you don't get any play. But on Tetris Grandmaster, they also have a version of instantaneous lockdown as well. So
absolutely. So I just think it's interesting to see how everybody's different upbringings and backgrounds have led them to this same place.
Right. Especially for players from Japan who have never grown up with NES Tetris. They had Famicom Tetris, BPS Tetris, if you will.
Yeah. And I think we have a little bit of burning that's going to have to happen by Trey now. Clean up the playfield a little bit.
Yeah, some burning by Trey. He's behind by 162,000 points. So we're seeing a situation develop like last time where Trey has to catch up again. But we're still a ways away from transitioning, so we'll see.
So plenty of time.
Koryan making some last-second changes in his positioning.
Yeah.
Trey's catching up.
But he got good piece placement right there. That was excellent.
Right. Yeah, also see a slight difference in style in terms of players when they decide to drop a piece. Sometimes you'll have players back out at the last second because they see another possibility. And sometimes that can lead to errors. If you watch the documentary, Jonas and Ben kind of play it where they instinctively just move it to where it needs to go without thinking too much about it. And sometimes when you do it without thinking about it, it's better than making a decision at the last minute, which could cause a misdrop, and
Yeah.
we saw that happen a little bit before.
Well,
with,
and
with
especially
Alex.
with a competitive aspect, when you
Right.
overthink things, it becomes your deficit.
Right. Sometimes it's better to make maybe the second best placement decision than to back out at the last second, and then the piece locks down and you can't get out of that.
Exactly. And we're seeing a more consistent play style now from Koryan.
Right. Koryan has come,
Yeah.
but his lead is huge. He's up 222,000 point lead for Koryan right now.
This is a much bigger deficit than last round, but
But Trey's pace
still
is
going to be fine.
slightly slower, so still in okay shape. He has to, nodding his head, but I actually think that if he manages to stay alive, he might be able to gauge
Yeah. But he's going to
how
need
hard
to
he needs to push it.
They need to clean out the bottom couple lines
Right.
there before they transition.
But Koryan with a huge, huge lead.
Yeah. And a much cleaner play field, which means he can score more Tetris.
And Koryan's ready for another one.
Yeah,
Another
right
one. There
now.
it is. Boom. Tetris for Koryan. This is probably
300.
one of the biggest deficits we've ever seen in the history of this tournament. It's almost 300,000 points. And Trey with a Trey with a misdrop.
Mad
Come on, Trey. You can get out of that.
Still get out of it.
15-piece long bar drop. He doesn't really need a long bar right now.
No, he doesn't need the long bar. He just needs to
Burn some stuff off.
clean up the play field.
Koryan, very clean. Boom. Tetris for Koryan. Koryan transitions. 322,000 point lead.
He's also 20 lines ahead.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
But yeah, Trey is right, quite a bit behind right now. He can choose to pace it however he likes.
yeah. The key will be to consistently clean it up before he hits 130 so he can hopefully come back.
Right.
But the deficit's
About
getting
7
bigger.
points away from. Trey's nodding his head. I mean, you never know what's going to happen. I mean, I guess.
Can't let it get to you because now he's cleaning it up.
Koryan's ready for another one. Ready to up this giant deficit, bigger deficit than we've ever seen. Trey transitions.
And he has a very clean play
Triple.
field, though, for the transition with the triple.
With every non-Tetris that Trey gives up, that's the score deficit.
Yeah.
That's what you're seeing there.
Exactly.
But he's ready for one.
And a
Boom.
Tetris.
So that's
There
what
we
he needs
go.
to do. He needs to start making only Tetrises if he
Exactly.
wants to catch up. And Koryan's in great shape. I mean, he's in max out pace right now. Boom. Tetris for Koryan. Are we going to see a max out? We
Let's
might.
max out in the final 8.
Boom. Tetris for Koryan. Koryan and just blazing right now.
Yeah.
Max
doing
out pace
excellently, though.
in effect. And he's ready for another
He's
one.
ready for another one. He's poised, positioned.
Okay. He's
Had a bad
he's
drop.
gonna have some. He's gonna have to burn some to keep safe here if he wants to up
See
the
if he
lead.
can come back now.
Trey. Boom. Tetris for Trey.
Good job, Trey.
Now, I believe that if someone maxes out and you have two players max out, I think it's whoever gets it first. Boom. Tetris for Trey.
Yeah.
333,000 point deficit still, but Trey's coming back a little bit.
He is coming back. So we're going to see he cleaned up the play field now.
Right.
Koryan did. So,
Ooh. I don't know if Trey can get a long bar over there in time.
yeah.
Oh, he did. Boom. Tetris.
Yes.
I was wrong. Trey
You got
banged it
it.
down. But the end is near. He's not going to be able to clear that line on the left.
Yeah.
Oh. All right, but we're 1-1. Does Koryan want to try to max out, or do you want to? I guess not.
Okay.
There's a little bit more. I mean, we could have seen it, but.
All right, so we got
All
the
right. No, they just want to go for it. So
we got the
we'll-
rubber match now.
Okay, so
Trey and Koryan.
1-1. Trey and Koryan. You both got to win to stay in it. So. All right. Getting ready to start here.
All
Round
right.
3. Down to
Can,
two players on the screen.
can we get the crowd to count down on this one?
Are we going to do a crowd countdown here, guys?
Do a crowd countdown on this one,
All right.
Rev?
Okay, we're going
Ready?
to count it down, crowd.
Crowd, come on.
3, 2,
2,
1, go!
All right, we got the rubber match between Trey and Koryan.
We've got some USA crowd chanting.
It's like we're at a pro wrestling match now, for real. U.S. Trey. That's what I hear right there.
This is interesting, though. We're in
This is
top 8,
interesting.
and this is a matchup we've never seen before.
No.
And we've seen in the first 2 rounds, Koryan taking a huge commanding lead with
And Trey
the first
with his
time
first
Trey
Tetris.
coming back, and the second time that not happening, Koryan with a max out pace. So we'll see if that repeats again for the 3rd round, and whether or not Trey will come back for that.
Very
But Trey
clean
is
placement.
right.
Trey just got another Tetris.
Trey's off to a really good start this time.
And
so
he's setting himself up for another one.
Boom, Tetris for Trey. Koryan just made a couple of Tetrises, but they're neck and neck. This is going to be a good start for both of them.
Trey's come to win, folks.
Boom, Tetris for Trey.
Yeah.
It's been a while since we've seen Trey in the top 8, so it's good to see him up there again.
Yeah, absolutely.
He was in our first inaugural tournament. Triple for Trey.
Like to call it an old school top 8
Ooh.
player.
Not completely deadly, but he's going to have to burn a little bit.
Yeah, he's going to have to do a couple
He'll
burns.
have to do a tuck.
Yep.
There it is. All right, he's clean again.
Nice tuck. Now we're going to see. That's right. Very good tuck.
And he's ready for a Tetris if it gives him the long bar. Another tuck.
Getting a 17 bar drop and bad placement. Here we go.
Triple.
Treble.
Getting back into a Tetris position. And
now he's
there we are.
nice and clean.
Koryan with the Tetris. Not a huge lead yet.
No, we're still definitely have a competitive match.
Trey's back in position. He's in good shape.
Yeah. And now he's set up for
and
Tetris.
Boom, Tetris for Trey. Commanding the lead now. But slightly, we're still early on. Koryan clearing it. Boom, Tetris for Koryan.
If you look, both are very concentrating very heavily on this match.
Right.
Very serious.
They're going to have to be consistent and not make any major mistakes to survive this one.
Any drastic movements or require any major cleanup, we should see a very close match.
Koryan taking the lead back. Trey just waiting for a couple of pieces to fire another Tetris back.
And
there
Trey's ready.
Boom, Tetris for Trey. And Koryan firing back.
Wow. Back and forth.
So no huge lead from Koryan going in early this time. So we'll see more of a neck-and-neck battle.
Mm-hmm.
Trey's well set up. Boom, Tetris for Trey.
For Trey. Koryan is
Neck
ready
and
to
neck.
fire back again.
Yep. Back and forth
Tetris
we go.
For Koryan.
Koryan with the lead again.
Yep.
And Tetris firing back, evening it up. Both players building back their play fields.
Koryan is ready for another Tetris.
Boom, Tetris for Koryan.
You have to see a tuck here from Koryan. Boom.
Tuck from Koryan. Trey with a Tetris now with the lead. Koryan
Tetris
firing
from Koryan.
back. Back and forth we go.
Seen a nice seesaw match here.
Yep. Not at all like the last match where it was just Koryan taking a huge lead from the very beginning.
Yeah, he's very consistent, had nice piece drops.
Might be seeing a style adjustment from Trey here.
Absolutely.
Less burning, more scoring. That's what you got to do.
Again, he's playing a very consistent game, and I mean, at this point, as long as the pieces keep up, he's consistently going to have a nice score, and Trey's going to keeping up the same pace, which is interesting.
Trey's got a very large drought, 21.
Drought.
But Koryan had to have gone through that too. He's at line 98. Boom, Tetris for Trey.
Tetris for Trey. Comes back from the drought.
Trey is waiting for a few better pieces to burn with. Burns a double.
Yep.
Koryan,
Burns
3
a
Tetris
double,
lead.
and boom.
Boom, Tetris for Trey. Getting back into position. Not a huge lead by Koryan yet.
Yeah.
And Trey is in good position to...
Not allowed to say yet. Trey has a nice piece placement.
Boom, Tetris for Trey. And Tetris for Koryan.
Answers back. We are seeing a nice competitive pace here.
Both just over 100 lines, so transition is happening soon. They'll have to keep their play field situation in mind. And that's not the sort of thing you want to have going into your transition. But
that was an excellent.
That was a crazy T-spin clear. That was great.
Oh.
Doing the double in the middle like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Boom, Tetris for Koryan. Koryan will be transitioning in a Tetris and a line.
Yep.
And he's ready for it.
He's a very clean play field, and Trey's cleaning his up currently
And,
as well.
Koryan's in great shape. One more line. So he's going to be, whatever the line clear is, Koryan will be transitioning to level 19. It's going to speed up.
Yep.
We'll see how he adapts and deals with that change. Triple.
And this is actually much closer than we saw in the first round when Trey took out Koryan. So should be an interesting.
A widening margin here. Trey's in a good position to get a Tetris or two going into his transition. He might want to hold out and score well. Boom, going into his into the transition. Oh no, he opts to go for the single.
Yep.
Game speeds up, 80,000 point difference now. So Koryan's lead has widened. Trey's in an okay position. His playfield's in good shape.
Yeah.
We're at the point where the speed, anything can happen.
It's building up a nice right.
Trey's ready for a
though,
Tetris.
Trey.
Will it give him the long bar? Double. Single, okay, he covered it up. He's going to have to work a little bit to get through that. Game's...
Oh.
2 long bars, and he wasn't able to Tetris with that.
It's unfortunate.
Koryan's
piece
ready
placement.
for a Tetris. Koryan,
Nice
boom, Tetris for Koryan. Now the gap is starting to become more of a factor.
Yeah. And Koryan's getting more consistent as he's playing during this
Right,
round.
his level 9, his post-level 19 transition play is incredibly strong. He's still scoring Tetrises after the level 19 transition, and I'm new to watching Koryan play, but seeing him power through post-level 19 with Tetrises is amazing to see. Trey's going to have a lot of cleaning up to do to survive. Oh, man, I don't think that's not good.
It's something you don't see every day is the way that he's playing like that.
Oh, Trey's not going to be able to get out of that. That's tough. Oh, man, and we have our Koryan advances. Let's have a hand for Trey.
Let's give it up for Trey.
Trey did great. Good to see him back in the top 8.
Very strong play.
But Koryan now advances into the top 4. So we've got our top 4 decided, and
we're going to take a 2-minute break, and then we're going to start with the final 4.